How to make a ghillie suit. Now, this ain't for the lighthearted. And this is a ghillie hood. I'll put a picture up so you can see what I'm working on. But it's about 40 bucks, 45 bucks, and it saves you so much time. You can do all this from scratch. I mean, you can get an old BDU shirt and cut the back out of it, put a screen in it so it's cooler, and then you can glue some paracord in different spots with shoe glue, and oh my God, you'll be at it for a couple weeks. But if you do it this way, probably 3 or 4 days. This takes time. And the hood itself was 42 bucks. I made sure it was all screen. A lot of times you'll get them where they're camoed, and then you get cloth, and they're going to be a lot harder. So that's crazy. Now you'll see here, I'm actually using my Leatherman arc. That's what I've been working with the whole time. And then you'll see I've got these things here. Okay. So literally vegetation goes in there when I veg up, and it holds it in place, or I can take it out. And you make those any length you want. Some are short. Excuse me. Some are short, some are long. Is what they are. Now, when you buy this stuff, let's see if I can get this on camera. It comes in a big bunch like this wrapped on the end. And that's a lot. It's about 12 bucks. And it comes in different colors. You probably only need 3 different colors. One bunch, one bunch, one bunch. I'm not sure. I bought 2 of each because I plan to make another ghillie suit. So, how I work on this, basically, let's say I'm going to put another paracord there. I'll bring my paracord down and I'll kind of measure it. I'm going to make this one longer so I can put more. Now you see how it's got that white in there? See that? We don't need that. And if that starts to fray, then we're going to have the white sticking out. And look at that. It's not going to be very camoed. So we're going to pull that out. And then we're left with the green. Okay? Now, I take the ends and pinch them before I light them. Okay? That's very important. And then I give them a light on fire, but I do it gently. Just a little bit. And then I stick them together, is what I do. And I'm trying to make a point on the end. This is going to make it easier when I shove them through my plastic thing. That should be good. So once I got that, and I guess I'll put it through this one here. So the round goes through first, is what I do. And I go under. Okay. Is what I do. And then the point will go through like that. And then I got a loop, see that? And then I pull it down. And that's how it locks into place. Then I get one of my plastic things here, if you can see. And it's got a push button that I push down. And then, kind of hard to see with my big fingers, but then I shove it through. And this is probably one of the tedious parts that you deal with. That one went pretty good. And then you pull it through. There we go. You see? So that's a pretty long one. And then on the end, I did tie another knot, basically creating a stopper knot so the plastic thing does not come off. Okay. Bring that down. And there we go. Tighten it up really good. Now there's no way for this thing to come off. It stops it in case something happens. And I can put a big piece of vegetation in there. So that is one part of the process. And you kind of scatter them as you go up. Now this is the sleeve I'm working on. Now the other thing I do is I take these big pieces. They're really long, right? I take those, and when I get them out of what I'm going to use, I cut it in half. So then it's about that long. It's about half. It's what it is. So now again I do the same thing. I pinch it in the middle. I fold it over to create that loop I'm working on. Okay. And this is one of the other tricky parts I hate doing. So put it together. So now I got a hole in there. See that? So I'm going to do this one over here. And what I do is I slide it under. Okay. And then I roll it. Whoops, see what happened there? And I roll it in my finger just so I can get it where I need it to be. Then I'm going to need to shove it in that hole. Okay. And it's not quite working, as you see. So let's do it again. Like I said, this is the tedious part. It's quite annoying. So in we go. Now once you get that okay, then this goes in there, and then we pull it through. And now when you get it, because you got it through the hole, pull it down. And then you got one done. Now I do sometimes 4, sometimes 5 strands. And that's all I work with at one time. And I just grab from different bundles. As you see, it's all over the table. So I'll grab one from 1, 2, 3, and you'll notice I'm getting a different pattern look as we go here. You'll see the bottoms. And you always work from the bottom up. And that's how you, and this is a sleeve I'm working on now. And this is the back of the sleeve is what this is. So I've got like 2 rows done on this sleeve. That's it. That's all I got done. And literally that's, geez, it's almost like 3 hours work is what that is. This ain't something you're going to do very quickly. And you're going to be done, in a couple hours. Forget it. I see 3 to 5 days with this. Now I'm doing it sparingly. I do an hour here, 2 hours there, in between breaks. I would find it too long to sit here for 8-10 hours and do this. Some people may ask total cost to do this. You're looking at $42 for the vest, for the veil, and then depending on how much camo you bought. I bought 3 colors, 2 of each, so 2 for $6. They were $12 a piece, so 24, 24, 24, so around $75. So around, I don't know, $120, $130 to get started. It might seem expensive, but this is something that will last you a good, who knows how long, 10, 20 years. It'll last me, it'll outlive me, that's for sure. And like I said in the previous video, this is for hunting. I will literally pull this out of my knapsack. It will go on. I will have a artificial leaf netting that will then go on over top of me, and my crossbow will stick out. So I only need the top of my head camoed and my crossbow itself. And then I could just lay there relaxing on a mat, keeping the cold away from my body, and waiting in patience for my deer to come along. But this does take a little bit of work, a little bit of money. But, I mean, when it comes to hunting, people spend major money on boots, hats, gloves. I mean, really $120 is pretty cheap when it comes to making something like this. Now, like I said, you want to make it cheaper, you can. I mean, you can go to the point of using glue and everything else on old BDUs. And, I mean, you could probably make one for under $40. But you could dye it. You could make your own jute. I mean, the work involved is just crazy. This actually saves a lot of work where you're just tying knots and working your way up and fluffing it and looking at it and taking your time. And this whole thing is being built with a lighter and the Leatherman arc is what it's being built with. I use my Leatherman arc for almost everything anymore. I'm not even looking for a knife when I need a knife. I'm just reaching for that all the time. So that's turning out to be a pretty good buy too. So as I progress, I will make a couple more videos and make it a playlist so other people can see how it looks. Who knows? This is my first one, so Maybe I'm going to mess it up. I don't know. I hope not. And we'll see how it goes. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.